make sure that there's enough collateral against the money that's coming in. We don't employ a strategy where we put all of our eggs in one basket. We're acquiring properties that are really strong cash flow properties. First and foremost, we employ a strategy that involves 150% collateral coverage ratio. Now you say, what does that mean exactly, 150% collateral coverage? That means for every $1 that's invested into the fund, there's $1.50 in actual, tangible, physical property. So let's assume hypothetically you invested $1 million into the fund. To back or to protect that $1 million, we'll have a $1.5 million worth of assets. Now you say, okay, when I first put it in, it's not there. The point is that anytime we deploy capital, we ensure that there's a strict ratio. So for example, we'll never buy a property at market value and say, okay, we're happy at this because it's at a 1-to-1. So number one is that we make sure that there's enough collateral against the money that's coming in. Second is, in order to even launch the fund, I have personally invested $2 million worth of assets of my own capital. I think that's important for people to understand because that additionally provides that extra cushion. So it's call it security or whatnot. And third is the fact that we don't employ a strategy where we put all of our eggs in one basket. Like, we're diversified over 3 different verticals. And what I mean by that is we have capital that will go into acquiring distressed properties. Let's take, for example, a foreclosure, a short sale, maybe a tax deed property. These properties we're buying at significant discounts to market. So we're talking potentially 25, 35, 40, even 50% below the actual market value. So that means from the moment we buy that, we're already sitting on positive equity right out of the gate. So that's a very great way for us to add that additional cushion. Second is that we're acquiring properties that are really strong cash flow properties. So we have very specific segments that we like. One of those is assisted living centers, more specifically residential assisted living centers. We love co-living facilities. And then we also like mobile home parks, storage centers, things like that, which give great double-digit type returns. And those will be more of our longer-term holds, what's going to producing regular cash flow. And third is we don't believe in leaving any money sitting idle. And what do I mean by that? So at any given time, a fund will have X amount of dollars that it's managing. It's really not likely that they're going to have all of it invested into properties completely at all times. The downside of that is that if the money is not invested, it's not being used, therefore it's not generating a return, which in turn can pull the overall return down that the other assets are generating. So it's important to make sure we have a strategy to utilize that. So how does Proptex do it? What we do at Proptex is that the excess capital, that's going to be a part of our third vertical. That vertical is essentially a lending business. We're making short-term loans, it's like bridge loans, against real estate, still maintaining a 150% collateral coverage ratio. But these loans are made to people who want to do a quick flip. So let's say they're looking to buy a property and it's only going to be a 6 to 12 month hold. They want to buy it, fix it up, sell it. Well, we're like the hard money guys. We get 12%. Plus, we'll get 2 points like origination. So that's 14 points or 14% that we're going to be making on that capital within a 12-month period. But it gets better because we don't believe, like I said, in keeping all of that money also tied up because we need that liquidity in case we have an incredible opportunity that comes along for a great foreclosure. We need to be able to move on it and we need cash. So what do we do? These loans that we're making against the properties, those loans are not held for an entire year by us. What we actually do is package our loans and then we sell them to a pension fund or a hedge fund. Now, those hedge funds, they're happy generating 9%. So when they make their 9%, remember, we charge the client 12. There's a 3% arbitrage situation for us. So we're going to make 3%. We have no risk in the deal. They bought the loan from us and our cash is back in our pocket. So now it's ready to be able to be used against or to purchase other properties. Plus, don't forget, we also made the 2 points in origination. So that means we can actually make anywhere from 4 to 5% on every loan that we make. And then within a short time, 2-3 months, the cash is back in our pocket so that it's ready to be invested into other properties. I hope I kind of answered your question because there's multiple ways. It's not just a single one-prong approach. It's a multi-prong approach between the collateral coverage ratio, number one, between the fact that I personally have invested my own assets into this fund to the tune of about $2 million. And third is the fact that we use this diversified, 3 vertical strategy.